Okay, so let's take it back to that fateful day.
Yes.
What happened?
So my friends and I call it 2040. No. 420. Sorry.
420.
420. It was April the 20th.
Yeah.
It was bonus day.
Damn.
It actually wasn't bonus day. It was letter day. So it was the day we get our letters.
Yeah.
And it was also one of my mates' birthdays, and he wanted to go mountain biking that day for his birthday.
Right.
Oh, well, like, cool, let's go, let's do it. So we planned it like a month in advance or something. There's a place in Stellenbosh called the Ride Inn. So we worked half day that day, and yeah, we got our bonus letters that morning, and then we did like faffed around in the office for like till midday, and then went for lunch at the Ride Inn. And one of my mates, Simon, he had like a big, like 500 ml of beer that day. And
that's Simon right there.
And I remember thinking, and it was properly hot that afternoon, properly hot. And I remember thinking, a beer would go down with my lunch right now. But I was like, I'm about to cycle like 15 Ks. I was like, maybe not.
Yeah, probably not a good idea.
Yeah, I was like, afterwards. Then we had booked a place in Stellenbosh for the night.
Okay, so you're going to crash there.
So we're going to crash there. And, we already texted some people, tonight's going down, what that kind of thing, from in the Belleville area, Stellenbosh area. So, yeah, we got our bikes and we're on our way. And we took a nice little photo just before we actually with Jonkershoek Mountain behind us.
Yeah. And
we began the ride.
And had you guys done this before, like mountain bike?
So I'd mountain biked. It was my first time in Stellenbosh mountain bike. And no, it was my second time in Stellies. It was my second time. First time I mountain biked in Stellenbosh was actually when I moved here, 2013, 2014, but not Jonkershoek. But I've done these mountains, Devil's Peak, up to the Blockhouse,
Yeah.
But I've never taken part in competitive cycling.
Okay.
Like a lot of Cape Townians tend to.
Yeah.
But or a lot of my colleagues anyway. But on that day it was just a leisurely ride.
Right.
On a particularly hot day. And so we set off. And so the ride-in is maybe about 4 kilometers from the actual gate where the mountain starts, or the reserve starts. So we cycled through, and on the way we were riding through all these billionaires' properties, Yanni Mouton and Christo Visa, and all the stories. Look how long his yard is, 2 kilometers, and look, the electric poles disappear underneath the. And go underground when it's going under his property and out the other end. All those stories. And those are obviously the stories that you can imagine lingered with me after the fall. Yeah. Anyhow, so
wait, just sorry. And you have a guide with you?
No.
Or it's just
no guide.
Just mates?
Yes,
okay.
It's just mates. About 7 of us.
7. Okay.
Yeah, about 7 of us. And we would ride. Like, let's say 2x2 for a while, 3x3, and then like one would go ahead of the other, that kind of thing. Just absolutely taking the piss. I mean, we're just having a great time, And I'm always out in nature, and for some reason that day I felt I was particularly appreciative of the beauty out there. I feel like I always do, and I always try to, but that day there was a heightened sense. I had a heightened sense of amusement and just appreciation for the beauty. And at some point I even told the guys, like, no, you guys can go ahead, don't worry about me, let me just take my time. I'm actually really taking this place in. Jonkershoek is incredibly beautiful. And I actually was thinking, you know what, one of these Saturday mornings I'm going to wake up all my mates, and we're going to come out there for doing like a nice breakfast or a lunch, and maybe we don't even have to cycle, but we could at least like take a hike there or whatever. And I did probably after the first 7 kilometers, I was absolutely knackered. I was exhausted. And there's what they call the first waterfall. So there are 2 waterfalls. Then when I got to the first waterfall, by that time I could see Simon and the other guys like going down full speed at the from one of the top of the ranges, or of that particular route we're on. I could see them on the other side, like speeding down, and I'm thinking to myself, I can't wait till I get there. But I had got to this first waterfall, and there were a couple of guys who I didn't know who were just like in there, like taking a dip. When it was hot, when I mean hot, it was about 35 degrees that day.
Oof.
It was uncomfortably hot.
Oh, and that's in April.
And that's in April.
Yeah.
Yeah. Strangely enough, for the seasons sort of shifting.
Yeah.
So I thought, let me get off my bike, take a dip as well, just to cool down, and then get back on. But it's also dusty, so I'm thinking, if I get wet, then I get back on my bike.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be collecting dust. I'm thinking, no, let me just finish this ride, get to the guest house, take a swim, have a nice beer, and whatever.
Solid plan.
So I left those. I just said I waved at those guys and I just continued. On my way down, I think I was probably a bit too relaxed. Maybe. I think I was probably looking up at the views a bit too much. Maybe. I think I had, I had reached for my water bottle and taken a sip. And maybe was distracted.
And this is while you're riding?
This is while I was riding.
Okay.
Right?
It's not steep, is it?
No, it's quite steep.
Okay.
It's quite steep. There's quite a gradient.
Okay.
But it's not like steep where you're like a bit worried. But also, I mean, here's the thing. I hike every week.
Okay.
Right. And when I'm hiking, people are telling me, away from the edge, JJ, away from the edge. I don't know whether my perception of danger is different from other people. I don't know. But on that particular day, it just seemed like an ordinary day.